My whole body felt as if it had been trampled on by a herd of raging elephants. The sound of murmuring and an annoying beep overpowered the deafening silence that was in my head. I tried to move, but all of my limbs just gave out. I lay there helplessly, like a newborn deer, desperate to learn how to walk before a predator killed it. I waited for a few minutes, as I allowed my brain to regain control over my body. Little by little, I was able to move some parts. Whether it was a timid roll of the shoulders, or a small jerk of the elbows, to the tingling in my fingers. Once that was completed, I attempted to open my eyes. It was easier said than done, as my eyelids felt like they weighed at least 100 pounds each. Again, I played the game of patience, as I allowed my eyelids to regain strength for a few more minutes. I tried once more. Immediately, my eyes shut as they were met by the glare of an incredibly bright light. Slowly, I opened them anew and winced, as I attempted to adjust. Eventually, they were fully opened and revealed a plain white ceiling above me. I stared at it for a bit before I diverted my attention to the rest of the room. To my left was an open window that brought in the special scents that came only during the spring. A cool breeze blew up my face and comforted me for a moment. I turned my head to the right and saw equipment by my bed. One of them was hooked into my arm. I then realized I was in a hospital. Memories from the stadium ventured back into my conscious and attacked it in waves. The heart rate monitor escalated as I had a brief panic attack. The annoying beeping sound intensified in volume and speed, and caught the attention of a nurse. She hurriedly came in, grabbed a needle, and filled it with some sort of clear fluid. She called other people over, and before I knew it, I was surrounded by doctors and other staff in white lab coats. My breathing became faster as I struggled to calm down. The nurse knew I couldn't calm down on my own and injected the fluid into my IV. I briefly felt a cool sensation pass through my veins that were attached to the device before I steadily felt the effects of the drug. My breathing slowed down, my heart rate went back to normal, and my thoughts were no longer swirling. Exhausted, the back of my head hit the pillow with a loud thump, and I was out again. It must have been several hours later when I woke up again, if this setting sun was proof enough. That time, I focused on remaining at ease to prevent another situation like the morning to occur. It was not pleasant, as the drug left me feeling woozy. Carefully, I raised my upper body slightly so that I would adjust my posture to a sitting position. I couldn't believe how much effort was needed to do such a simple task. Once comfortable, I gazed around the plain room, bored to death for having just to sit tightly. I contemplated getting out of my bed, but with the effects of the drug still in me, I wasn't prepared to take that risk. Someone would eventually come. As if reading my thoughts, a different nurse from this morning came in. She seemed surprised to see me awake.
"Oh, you're up already? Well then, I'll go get the head warrior. He's been wishing to speak to you."
With that, she went out the door. I was left wondering what the head warrior would have wanted with me. They only focused on the huge cases that involved phantom assassins, or other serious situations. Then again, there was the paranoia over the former head scout's assassination. There was also the fact that my location was practically blown up, with another secret agent still inside. I winced as I hoped that Michael somehow escaped, but I really knew that it wasn't likely he survived the blast. I was pulled from my thoughts by the arrival of the secret head warrior. He was a tall man with dark features, and had a lot of scars covering his worn face. He must have been in his 30s, but the scars made him look older. He nodded at me in acknowledgement.
"Good to see you're awake, Agent Moore.
He started.
You're lucky that one of my teams was there to rescue you."
Casually, he pulled up a chair and sat down beside my bed.
"How are you feeling?"
He finally asked, after staring at me for a moment. "I'm good, I guess, considering that the building I was in blew up and killed my partner," I replied bluntly.
Yes, I'm sorry about the death of Agent Michaels. He was an invaluable member of our organization.
The head warrior replied, hardly passionate. A small frown appeared on my face as I took in the tone of his rough voice. There seemed to have been some concern hidden in it. I take it that there's more to your visit than patting me on the back and kissing my wounds? I commented. The head warrior raised his thick eyebrows slightly at my weird remark.
You're right. I did come here for a reason.
He then leaned towards me and slipped a small piece of paper into my bandaged hand. Curious, I unraveled it and discovered a short but direct message.
Can't talk here. When you are released, come by the Frog's Leg pub.
I looked up at the head warrior and nodded my understanding. He got up and pushed a chair away from my bed before he walked out of my room. The nurse from before came in again and checked the status of the machinery. I slid back into my bed as I pondered upon various explanations as to why the head warrior needed me to see him.